students. Today we are going to learn a new lesson, new chapter, chapter 6 heat. Chapter 6 heat. So let's start our lesson. What do you mean by heat? Have you heard the word heat? Yes. Heat is a form of energy. Heat is a form of energy. Then which makes the substance hot. If we apply heat to an object, then the object or the substance get hot. So heat is a form of energy. Heat is a form of energy. Okay. Then how do we know whether an object is hot or cold? How do we know that whether an object is hot or cold? How do we know that? Yes, if we touch the substance, we know that it is cold or hot. Then, how do we find out how hot or cold an object is? How hot, the amount of hotness or coldness of a substance, how can we calculate or how can we identify the hotness and coldness of an object? The hotness and coldness of an object can be measured by a degree is known as temperature. By a degree is known as temperature. Degree is known as temperature. We use the temperature to measure the hotness, hotness or coldness of an object. We use temperature. We use the temperature to measure. We use the temperature to measure the hotness and coldness of an object. The degree of hotness and coldness can be measured by temperature. So what do you mean by temperature? Temperature means the degree of hotness or coldness of the object. Hotness or coldness of the object is known as the temperature. Temperature of an object is known as the temperature of an object. Okay. Then the temperature of if an object is heated, then what temperature is present in that subject? How can we measure that? We use a device to measure the temperature. That the device used to measure the temperature is called a thermometer. Which device is used to measure the temperature? Thermometer. Thermometer is used to measure the temperature of an object. Thermometer is used to measure the temperature of an object. The thermometer is used to measure the temperature of an object. Then the common unit of measuring temperature. With the help of thermometer is degree Celsius. That can be notated by degree Celsius. Degree Celsius. The unit of temperature. The temperature is measured. The common unit of measuring temperature is degree Celsius. The temperature is measured by using thermometer. The device used to measure the temperature is thermometer. Thermometer is used to measure the temperature. There are different types of thermometers are present. The first one, clinical thermometer. Second one, laboratory thermometer. Maximum, minimum thermometer. The maximum, minimum thermometer. maximum, minimum thermometer. Maximum, minimum thermometer. There are different types of thermometers are present. Clinical thermometer, laboratory thermometer, maximum and minimum thermometer. The clinical thermometer. The clinical thermometer and laboratory thermometers are also known as mercury thermometers. Are also known as mercury thermometers. The clinical and laboratory thermometers are also known as mercury thermometers. Mercury thermometers. Inside the clinical and laboratory thermometer, mercury is present. Mercury is present. So it is also called the mercury thermometer. The reading is taken in the thermometer by the unit of degree Celsius. By the unit of degree Celsius. Then, when a particular amount of heat is supplied to the thermometer, when a particular amount of heat is supplied to a thermometer, the bulb consisting of mercury. A thermometer consists of a glass tube. Inside the glass tube, a mercury line is present and also a bulb is fixed at the one end of the thermometer. Then if the temperature of the substance is increased, inside the thermometer, the mercury is the mercury rises up in the thermometer. Okay. Then in your textbook, hot and cold. How do we know that the substances are hot and cold? Hot and cold. All of you listen here. Hot and cold objects. Some of the objects are given. Some things are given. Some of them are hot and some of them are cold. Then we can identify these things are hot or cold. First one, ice cream. First object is ice cream. Ice cream is cold or warm, hot. Cold or hot. It is cold. So, spoon in a teacup. That spoon get heated. So, the spoon is hot. Then, fruit juice. Fruit juice is cold. Then, handle of a frying pan. Handle of a frying pan is hot. The handle of a frying pan is hot. Okay. Then, for identifying which substance is hot and cold, an experiment is given, an activity is given, page number 35, activity 4.1. Take 3 large mugs. Take 3 large mugs. Take 3 large mugs. Take 3 large mugs. Mug A, B, C, D. Sorry, A, B, C. Then take some cold water. Take some cold water in the beaker A. Take some hot water in the beaker B. Then take some hot and cold water. Hot plus cold in beaker C. First of all, we do put our left hand in cold water. Left hand in cold water. Then put right hand in hot water. Then keep it 2 to 3 minutes in cold and hot water. In cold water left hand, hot water right hand. Then take it out from the cold and hot water. Then put the two hands at the same time in the hot and cold water. How do we feel? We feel in the hands in the hot water, we feel a slightly small hotness, and in the hand in the hot water, we can feel a coldness. Okay, all of you understood? Then this way also we can, by touching, we can identify the substances whether hot or cold. Next one, then we use the a reliable measure we used to notice, we used to calculate, we used to measure the hotness of an object is temperature. The hotness of an object is temperature. A device used to measure the temperature is thermometer. There are different types of thermometers are present: clinical thermometer, laboratory thermometer, minimum and maximum thermometer. The clinical and laboratory thermometer is also called mercury thermometers. The clinical and laboratory thermometer is also called mercury thermometers. Okay. Next, about the thermometer that measure about clinical thermometer. About clinical thermometer. Okay. The what do you mean by clinical thermometer? The clinical thermometer is used to measure the human body temperature. Clinical thermometer is used to measuring the temperature of human body. Clinical thermometer is used to measure the temperature of human body. Then in clinical thermometer, the reading is taken in Fahrenheit. In clinical thermometer, the reading is taken in Fahrenheit. In clinical thermometer, the reading is taken in Fahrenheit. In clinical thermometer, the reading is taken in Fahrenheit. Once again, the first thermometer is clinical thermometer. Clinical thermometer The clinical thermometer is used to measure the human body temperature. It is used to measure the body temperature. The clinical thermometer is used to measure body temperature. It is used to measure body temperature. Then human body temperature. The clinical thermometer, the reading is in clinical thermometer. The reading is taken in Fahrenheit. The reading is taken in Fahrenheit. The reading is taken in Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit. The reading is taken in Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit. Okay. About clinical thermometer. Clinical thermometer is used to measure the body temperature, human body temperature. The reading is taken in Fahrenheit, degree Fahrenheit. The clinical thermometer's reading is taken in degree Fahrenheit. Okay. Then the precautions we know about the clinical thermometers. The precautions that we know about the clinical thermometers. Okay. First, what's the clinical thermometer before and after using with an antiseptic solution? If we use a clinical thermometer, first of all, we wash the clinical thermometer before and after using with an antiseptic solution. Then the measuring mercury level of using the level in the clinical thermometer should be below 35. If we measure the body temperature of a human being, first of all we should notice that the mercury level is below 35 degrees Celsius. The normal body temperature of a human being is 35 degrees Celsius. So we should notice that before taking the body temperature of a person, we should notice the reading of the clinical thermometer is below 35 degrees Celsius. Okay. Then the clinical thermometer should be carefully handled carefully. The clinical thermometer should handled carefully. Okay. Then the mercury is used in the clinical thermometer and laboratory thermometer. So mercury is a very poisonous substances. So if the clinical thermometer breaks, the mercury does not it cannot be disposed. So in nowadays the digital thermometers are used to measure the body temperature. Digital thermometers are used to measure the body temperature. Inside the digital thermometer there is no mercury. Okay, next laboratory thermometer. Next about laboratory thermometer. Laboratory thermometer. Laboratory thermometer. Laboratory thermometer is a device which is used for measuring the temperature in a science laboratory. It is used in science laboratory. The laboratory thermometer is used in science laboratory. Is used in science laboratory. So it is called laboratory thermometer. So it is called laboratory thermometer. The range of a laboratory thermometer is the range of a laboratory thermometer. The range of a clinical thermometer is 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. The range of a clinical thermometer is in degrees Celsius 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. In the laboratory thermometer, the range of a laboratory thermometer is minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. 110 degrees Celsius. The laboratory thermometer is used in the science laboratory, so it is called laboratory thermometer science experiment purpose. So it is called a laboratory thermometer. The range of a laboratory thermometer is minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degree Celsius. The range of a clinical thermometer is 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degree Celsius. Okay, all of you understood? Yes. Then next in your textbook, picture of figure of clinical thermometer is given. Figure of clinical thermometer is given. A clinical thermometer is given. We can see that a clinical thermometer consists of a long, narrow uniform glass tube. It has a bulb at one end. The bulb contains mercury. Okay, all of you listen. Clinical thermometer. A clinical thermometer. A clinical thermometer contains a long, narrow glass tube. Then a long glass. It has a bulb at one end. It is the bulb of the clinical thermometer. It contains mercury. Then inside the glass tube we can see a narrow tube. In this tube the mercury rises up. And here the long lines and some short lines we can see that the long line indicates the 1 degree. In between the two larger lines we can see 5 divisions. So each small division is 1 by 5 divisions, that is 0.2 divisions. Okay, all of you understood? Then all of you listen. Here is a clinical thermometer. Clinical thermometer consists of a long narrow glass tube with a bulb at one side. The bulb contains mercury. Then the mercury will rises up in the narrow tube. In clinical thermometer we can see the bigger marks. We can see the bigger marks. The bigger marks are 1 degree. In between the bigger marks we can see the 5 divisions. 5 small marks that 5 small marks, each one small marks is 1 by 5 division. So it is 0.2. We can count it as 0.2. Then the normal temperature of a human body. The normal temperature of a human body is 37 degrees Celsius. The normal temperature of a human body is what? Which is the normal temperature of a human body? 37 degrees Celsius. 37 degrees Celsius. Okay. Then next we move on to how to reading a thermometer, how to reading a clinical thermometer, how to reading a clinical thermometer. We know that in a clinical thermometer we can see a large marks. We can see large marks. That large marks indicates 1 degree. That large marks indicates 1 degree. In between the two large marks we can see 5 divisions. We can see 5 divisions. Each small marks is 1 by 5 divisions. That is 0.2. We can take it as 0.2. We can count it as 0.2. Then next we move on to laboratory thermometer. Laboratory thermometer. We know that the laboratory thermometers are used in the science laboratory. Then the range of a laboratory thermometer is minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. Minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. So if we all then figure of a laboratory thermometer is given in your textbook, page number 38. It is the figure of a laboratory thermometer. It is a figure of a laboratory thermometer. Here the reading is given from minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. Okay. Then here in page number 39, an activity about laboratory thermometer is given. Take some hot water in a beaker. Take some hot water in a beaker. Dip the thermometer in water. Take some hot water in a beaker or a mug. Dip the thermometer in water. Wait till the mercury thread becomes steady and note the temperature. We know that inside the thermometer there is a narrow tube is present. The mercury is present inside the bulb. If we put the thermometer into a beaker with water, we can see that the mercury rises up through the narrow tube. The mercury rises up through the narrow tube. Then now take out the thermometer from water. We can observe. What happens? We can see that the temperature must be read while the thermometer is in water. Thermometer out of the water, the mercury. Then here a beaker contains water. Then the laboratory thermometer is put inside the water. The thermometer, the bulb of the thermometer does not touch the surface of the beaker. Then we take the reading, we take the temperature of the water. If the thermometer is keep inside the beaker itself. If we take out of the beaker, the reading will change. The thermometer, the mercury become goes down. So we should take the reading of a thermometer inside the beaker. Inside the beaker. Okay, all of you understood? But in a clinical thermometer, if we use a clinical thermometer, if we have a fever, have fever, first of all we go to hospital. Then what the doctor do? The doctor take a thermometer and put the thermometer under the tongue. After some time, the thermometer is taken and note the reading. At that time, if the thermometer is taken out from the mouth, the reading will not change. The reading will not change. Why? In a clinical thermometer, near the bulb we can see a kink. In a clinical thermometer, near the bulb we can see a kink. Kink means a curved shape. Kink means a curved shape. A curved shape we can see, so that kink will stops the movement of the mercury in the clinical thermometer. So the reading of the clinical thermometer does not change if we taken out from the tongue. But in the laboratory thermometer, if we put the laboratory thermometer in a beaker of water for finding the temperature of that water, if we take out the thermometer from the beaker, the reading will change, because the mercury goes down. So the laboratory thermometer, the reading taken by the laboratory thermometer, we should keep the thermometer inside the beaker. Okay. Next we move on to minimum maximum thermometer. Another thermometer is minimum maximum thermometer. Do you know what is minimum maximum thermometer? We know that different types of thermometers are present. Each thermometer has different types of purpose. So the maximum and the minimum temperature of the previous day. The minimum and the maximum thermometer is used in weather. So the maximum and the minimum temperature of a previous day reported in weather reports are measured by minimum maximum thermometer. The minimum maximum thermometer is used in weather. The maximum and the minimum temperature of the previous day reported in weather reports can be measured by a thermometer called maximum minimum thermometer. All of you understood about the 3 types of thermometers. Today what all things we learn? We learn about heat. We know that heat is a form of energy. We know that heat is a form of energy which makes the substance hot. We use a measure to find the hotness and coldness of a substance is temperature. We use a measure to find out the hotness and coldness of a substance is temperature. We use a device to measure the temperature of a substances. That device is called a thermometer. Once again, what is thermometer? The thermometer is a device used to measure the temperature of a substance. There are different types of thermometers are present. Clinical thermometer, laboratory thermometer, minimum maximum thermometer, digital thermometer. Digital thermometer is used instead of clinical thermometers. Okay. In clinical and laboratory thermometers, mercury is present inside the clinical and laboratory thermometers. Okay. So nowadays instead of clinical thermometer, digital thermometer is used. The mercury is where you cannot be disposed. So the digital thermometer is used in nowadays. Okay. Then what we learn? We learn about clinical thermometer. For what purpose we use clinical thermometer? Clinical thermometer is used for measuring the human body temperature. Clinical thermometer is used for measuring the human body temperature. The range of a clinical thermometer is between 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. The range of a clinical thermometer. The range of a clinical thermometer is 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. The range of a clinical thermometer is 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degree Celsius. Then what we learn? We learn about laboratory thermometer. We learn about laboratory thermometer. The laboratory thermometers are used in the science laboratory. The laboratory thermometers are used in science laboratory. So, the range of a laboratory thermometer is minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. Minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degree Celsius. Okay, then what we learned? The precautions of using a thermometer. Precautions of using a clinical and a laboratory thermometer. Precautions of a clinical thermometer. Thermometer should be washed before and after use. Thermometer should be washed before and a clinical thermometer should be washed before and after use with an antiseptic solution. Then we should notice before the use of a clinical thermometer, the mercury level is below 35 degrees Celsius. We should notice the mercury level is below 35 degrees Celsius. Then we should careful to handle the thermometer. Then don't hold the thermometer by the bulb while reading it. Okay. Then the normal temperature of a human body is 37 degrees Celsius. The normal temperature of a human body is 37 degree Celsius. Okay, all of you understood? Then next we move on to the next topic. Transfer of heat. Transfer of heat. What do you mean by transfer of heat? What do you mean by transfer of heat? By transfer of heat, heat flows from a hot object to a cold object, or heat flows from an object with a high temperature to a lower temperature. This flow of heat is known as the transfer of heat. All of you understood what do you mean by transfer of heat? Once again, heat flows from a hot object to a cold object, or heat flows from a high temperature of an object to a lower temperature of an object. This flow of heat is known as transfer of heat. That means transfer of heat. The heat flows from a hot object. Hot object to a cold object, or high temperature to high temperature to the object of a lower temperature. Object of lower temperature. This type of heat flow is known as transfer of heat. That means the heat flows from hot object to a cold object, or heat flows from an object of high temperature to an object of lower temperature. This flow of heat is known as transfer of heat. Once again, transfer of heat. The heat flows from the hot object to a cold object, or the heat flows from an object of high temperature to an object of lower temperature. This flow of heat is known as transfer of heat. There are three ways through which transfer of heat takes place. There are three ways through which heat can be transferred. Heat can be transferred. Three ways through which heat can be transferred. First one, conduction. First one, conduction. Second one, convection. Third one, radiation. Third one, radiation. There are three ways through which the heat transfer takes place. First one, conduction, convection and radiation. Do you know what you mean by conduction? The conduction takes place in all solids. In all solids, heat is transferred through conduction. In liquids and gases, the heat transferring is taken place through convection. In vacuum or free space, the heat transfer is taken place through radiation. Okay. Then what do you mean by conduction? The mode of transfer of heat. The mode of transfer of heat from hotter part of an object, hotter part of a material to its colder part of an object without any without any movement of the material, without the motion of the material. Once again, what is conduction? The mode of transfer of heat from a hot object, heat from a hotter part of a material to a colder part of a material without any movement of the material is known as conduction. Then what do you mean by convection? The mode of transfer of heat from the hotter part of a fluid or liquid to its colder parts by the movement of the liquids, by the movement of the liquid itself. By the movement of the liquid itself is called convection. What do you mean by radiation? The radiation is a mode of transfer of heat through which heat energy from a hot body to a cold body by means of heat rays without any medium between them is known as radiation. Without any medium between them is known as radiation. Once again, there are three ways through which heat transfer takes place. First one is conduction. What do you mean by conduction? Conduction means the mode of heat transfer from a hotter materials to a hotter part of a materials to colder part of a material without any movement of the material is called convection. Convection takes place in all solids. In solids, the heat transfer is taken place through convection. What do you mean by convection? Convection is a mode of heat transfer from the hotter part of a fluid, hotter part of a liquid to the colder part of the liquid with the movement of the liquid itself is known as convection. The heat transfer taken place in the liquids, all liquids and gases through convection. Then what do you mean by radiation? Radiation is a mode of transfer of heat energy from a hot body to a cold body by means of heat ray without any medium between them from a hot body to a cold body. Example, the sun rays is coming from the sun to the earth. It is through radiation process. It is a mode of heat transfer, that is radiation. That is, the sun's heat reaches the earth through radiation. The sun's heat reaches the earth through radiation. The sun's heat reaches the earth through radiation. So in between if the radiation takes place there from a hot body to a cold body without any medium between them through the heat rays. Okay. Then once again about the heat transfer. Heat transfer. All of you understood about heat. What all things we learn in this chapter? We learn about heat. Heat is a form of energy. Heat is a form of energy. We know that heat is a form of energy. We know the different types of heat energies are present. With different forms of energies are present. Heat is a one form of energy. So we learn about the transfer of heat. What do you mean by transfer of heat? Heat flows from a hot object to a cold object, or heat flows from an object of higher temperature to an object of lower temperature. That heat flows is known as transfer of heat. There are three ways through which heat transfer takes place. First one, conduction. Second one, convection. Third one, radiation. What do you mean by conduction? Conduction is a mode of heat transfer from a hotter part of a material to the colder part of that material without any movement of that material is called a convection. For example, if we heat a metal piece, if we heat one side of a metal piece, then take the other side in a rest. Then after some time, if we touch the metal piece, we can feel heat on the other side of the metal piece. That says in this activity the conduction takes place. What do you mean by conduction? Conduction is a mode of heat transfer from a hot part of a material to a colder part of a material without any movement of that material. That is called a convection. Then convection. What do you mean by convection? Convection is also a mode of heat transfer from the hotter part of a liquid to the colder part of a liquid with the movement of liquid itself is called convection. Then radiation. Radiation is a mode of mode of transfer of heat energy from a hot body to a cold body without any medium between them. That is called radiation. For example, for radiation, the sun's heat reaches the earth through radiation. All of you understood? So, what all things we learn in today? We learn about heat. There are different types of thermometers: clinical thermometer, laboratory thermometer, minimum and maximum and minimum thermometers. Then what we learn about transfer of heat. Three ways of transfer of heat: conduction, convection and radiation. So all of you read your textbook neatly or carefully. If you have any doubt, ask me, and write the notes properly in your science notebook. Then send it to me. Okay, bye.